All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to the full leg in this word in truth and sincerity. So I just want to do a land back on this video you see before you, dealing with, this guy from the ROI who's pretty much, who eats pork, lobster, crab, and then try to justify it using the scriptures, man. And the same scriptures, the same book that he's trying to justify his behavior with, has laws that's against, eating abominable creatures, But the point that I want to make in this video is, it's pretty much a land back off of Eleazar, what Apostle Gabar spoke off of. And, we have, some beautiful examples of our forefathers that fought to a death, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you got certain dudes today, back then they would have been gave in, and that leads me to believe that this guy, and those that follow him are those that followed the Greeks when they started that persecution. When you read how, how there were many wicked men out of Israel persuading many. Well, this is what you see going on right now. This dude is persuading many, all right, to eat abominable creatures, man. This is First Maccabees, 1 and 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And in this verse, it lets you know that, they thought that, joining the heathen, would save their asses. But really, joining the heathen makes things worse, because now you just pick your side, which is the side of the enemy. And if you make yourself an enemy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's the worst decision you can make, that you can ever make, man. And a lot of Israelites, they think that doing certain things or teaching certain things is going to appease, Esau, is going to make them right with Esau, whatever, man. But, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the one that we should fear. At the end of the day, the scripture says, fear not him who destroyed the body, but fear him who destroyed both soul and body in hell, man, which is a bad condition. So we should fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who can put our spirits in a hellish condition, man. But a lot of jakes, they fear Esau. But back to this point, our forefather Eleazar, man, he fought to a death. And this beautiful example of him, doing so should remind us that, the lengths that our forefathers went through to not eat pork, to not eat swine. But you got Israelites that do it willingly today. So this is 2 Maccabees 6 and verse 18. And it says, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment. So it was well known, all right, within our nation, in the ancient world, that you don't even touch the swine, man, let alone put it in your mouth. But now you got jakes today, they're condoning this behavior, man, soaking it in Coca-Cola, pepper, bacon, all this BS, man. Verse 20, it said, and it don't matter how good you clean that pork, how nice you marinate it, you season it. The Lord said to not eat it, man. Verse 20, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. So pretty much it's saying, look, you don't have to eat the swine. Bring your own, flesh and meat. You know what I'm saying? Bring your own meat, whether it was, a lamb or whatever. Bring that, but make it seem like you're eating the swine so that you can compel, those that follow you to eat the swine. He said, no, man. He said, nope. It says, verse 22, that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. You see, so what's the point of me getting this? The point of me getting this is to say that, this guy wouldn't have made it, in the ancient world. When I say wouldn't have made it, I'm talking about, he wouldn't have made it through, that temptation. He would have gave in, and who knows, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, would have maybe put the spirit on Esau to still put you to death, because at the end of the day, the Lord controls everything, It says, verse 23, but he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years, in the honor of his gray head, whereon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the grave. So he was willing, to go to the grave, So Jake back then, they fought to keep the laws. Jake today, they're fighting to go against the laws. It's the point that I'm making, man. And our forefathers, they showed an excellent example of of how to fight, man. It's like, no matter what, keep fighting. 24, for it becometh not our age, said he in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion. And so they through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable. So he was fully persuaded that I'm not eating this swine, and pretty much he was put to death for it, So I'm going to jump down to, matter of fact, I'm going to read it, 26. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. You see? So yeah, he escaped. He ate the swine. He escaped the punishment of these Edomites. But yet you want to escape the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You can't escape the Lord. Scripture says, whither will I go, right? Whither will I go? It's in the book of Psalms. Like it says, if I ascend into heaven, thou art there. So I can find it. Whither shall I go? Because you can't escape Yahweh Shem Yahushai. One may think they can, but that's just their vain imagination. Okay, let me see. If I ascend into heaven, it's in the book of Psalms in Salakia. I don't remember it word for word. We're going to type it in. Okay, so this is Psalms 139 and verse 7. Call Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. So it says, if I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. So pretty much you cannot hide or you cannot run away from the Lord, man. Or the Lord is going to get you. If not, eventually he's going to get you. And knowing this should make you move with, such fear that, there's certain things that you wouldn't want to do. Okay. So this is verse 28. Oh, verse 27. It says, wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth. He was an aged man, so he showed himself to be a wise, because when you're old, you've gone through life, and you pretty much acquired wisdom through your experiences, so he showed himself as one that have done so. This old dude, talking about the eat poor, he really hasn't learned anything in this truth. Yeah, he's an aged man, but really, what's important is that you grow in this truth. Verse 28 says, and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. They that led him, changing the good way, will they bear him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. So he went willingly to the torment, man. So these are the acts of our forefathers. This is the bravery of our forefathers. And like I said earlier, they fought against us back then, but now willingly, Jake, even in the truth, is teaching to do so, talking about, the liberty in Yahushua. Yahushua did not give us liberty to eat abomination. Yahushua did not give us liberty, to break the laws, man. He gave us liberty because back then in the ancient world, when we went off, when we sinned, it was an immediate sacrifice that had to be done. You know what I'm saying? So now, under Yahushua, we're in Babylon the Great. We're in the city of confusion, the city of death. Everything we do, we going off, the food we eat, the water we drink, everything here is polluted. So we need a way out. Yahushua is our way out, But you got guys like him using the sacrifice of Yahushua, to pretty much do what they want to do, man. And that's not the way to do it. Okay, but that's pretty much the point. I just want to go through this example in the book of Maccabees, of Eleazar and his encounter with eating the pork, and as you can see, eating pork was not a good thing to do back in the ancient world. All right, it was not the thing to look upon to do in the ancient world. It's just now we live in a wicked kingdom today, to the point where eating abominations, is heralded. It's cheered on. So therefore, Jake wanna integrate the truth with the ways of this world, man, which is not gonna work. All right. So at least this guy repent. Judgment is coming to him swiftly. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rachakodash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.